Hey everybody, it's Dr. Andrew Hall from WellSpine KC. We're coming back to you from Solution One CrossFit in Shawnee, Kansas, and we're with my coach, Coach Sh Gilpatrick, and we're gonna be talking today about, can my knee issues be coming from my low back? And this is a great one because a lot of you guys think, guys and gals think that, hey, my knee hurts, look at my knee, keep looking at my knee, what's wrong with my knee? A lot of times these things can be coming from different places like the low back. So Shay, tell us a little bit more about this and kind of things you see.
Yeah, this is also another very common injury or problem area, especially with CrossFit. So like doing box jumps, step ups, squats, particularly a lot of front knee pain is super common, and I hear about it probably every day. And I personally struggle with knee pain, or used to a lot, and low back pain.
And we see a lot of that for people who have done high impact sports, because if you don't know some of Coach Shay's background, were you a competitive gymnast?
Yes.
Yes. Did you do some MMA in there?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there a high impact sports specifically in the low back over time?
Little impact.
Just a little bit, you know, you pay people to punch you in the face. So, but the thing is that it's with those kind of high impact sports that we've all played that, yes, it can overload the knees, but we have to look at the foundation of the lower body, which is the pelvis and the spine itself. And I've got some x-rays back here because I want you guys to see exactly how this works out and how the low back can create imbalances that translate down to the knee and to the ankle. So let's go over here to the video. And this is a normal, healthy lumbar spine when we look at the person from behind. So what we're looking for is even hips, and the spine should be straight up and down. I hope that makes sense to you. Straight is strong when we're looking at the spine from behind. You might see that right there. That's a button that we missed on their jeans, so they didn't swallow a button or anything like that. But what happens is when there's damage to the spine, it causes the spine to degenerate over time, much like a cavity would cause your teeth to degenerate. So what you're gonna end up looking like is this, and if you wouldn't mind switching to the next slide there. This is an athlete that we saw who came in and she was dealing with a lot of low back issues, and she was also dealing with knee issues. And she had been down the road several times where she's like, yeah, I've done some PT for my low back, I've done some PT for my knees, I've switched out my shoes, I've gotten orthotics, I've done all of these things, and yeah, it'll help for a little while, but man, it keeps coming back. So you know what, I've quit running the way that I want to. I've quit really going after those heavy PRs or doing, you know, giving it all my best during workouts because I know I'm gonna pay for it. So we're like, okay, well, let's see if it's related. I hope you guys can see how uneven those hips are. 5 degrees by that, and then we're starting to see a curvature in the spine by 10 degrees. What this means is that there's a lot of unhealthy stress in that low back, and all of these things are being built up and overloading the low back, but then it also translates down to the knees. I'll tell you right now, I see so many people who come in, they're not even dealing with low back issues, but they're dealing with knee issues, and I'm saying, listen, I'm great at working with the extremity joints like the knees, but let's take a look at the low back first to see if that's good, because I could adjust your knees all day, every day, but if we're not addressing the true issue with the low back, then we're never gonna really get the solution to that. So Coach, how many people would you say you see with both a combination of knee pain and low back pain?
Honestly, like probably 70% of people.
Yeah.
Maybe more, actually.
Imagine that. And again, we want you to address these things before they become catastrophic. This kind of stuff right here, where we see that unevenness, this can be fixed. That's something that we specialize in my office with, is getting in there and fixing those things. By the way, this patient no longer has that same x-ray because we've been able to correct it, and her knee pain got so much better at the same time. But you're not here for a pretty x-ray. You are here at the gym in order to achieve your health goals, to get out there and work hard, to be in great shape, and just to have a lot of fun. And that's what we want to help you do. So if this video, if you heard something you liked, give us a thumbs up, put a comment below, maybe mention this to someone who's dealing with some knee issues, who's just looking for some different solutions for that. We would love to help them in any ways that we can, and we'll see you on the next video.